A 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, hello.
Masters of Rock Talk, back on the dial, traveling at a speed of 45 RPMs, where the vinyl will bring you to a new destination. On with the show. Ladies and germs, we are back again in the saddle at the Joni Sadler Studios.
It's beautiful. What a great studio. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to be here, and none other than the man next to me who is a huge, huge fan of Milton Berle.
Yeah, I could tell you an interesting tune about Milton Berle, but it's kind of a blue. My name is Dr. Ian Clarke.
Today's topic, Ian.
Yes.
We got something with the from loudwire.com.
What is it?
They have the best hard rock albums of each year since 1970. Why don't you lead it off?
Well, you know, they call this the best hard rock album of each year since 1970. I have a real problem, and I'll get to this, what they define as a hard rock album. Like, I think this list starts off pretty good, and it goes way off the rails.
Pretty quickly.
1970, Led Zeppelin 3. Yeah, I'm okay with it. It's a good album. I wouldn't say it's their best album. Another way of looking at this, you might want to Google other albums that were going heavier in rock albums that were going around in 1970. I think this is a safe bet, but it's not great. That Immigrant Song is the one you'd know off this album. So, do I agree with it? I'm 50-50.
This one here, Paige had said that he had to redo, like, I love the song Tangerine, I love the song Immigrant Song, I like that one, but the follow-up album in 71 was Led Zeppelin 4, and this is where they did it with Stairway to Heaven, right?
Everybody knows this one.
This is the one, and When the Levee Breaks. So this is Going to California is such a good song. I really like that song.
Oh, rock and roll. Like, this is, for me, the best Zeppelin album.
Misty Mountain Hop.
Yeah, I had that in the 45.
See, it is the best Zeppelin album. A lot of people heard me say that I actually like Houses of the Holy.
Yeah.
And Looking Out Through the Back Door. So people are like, well, how can you say that? I'm a Zeppelin fan. And then I appreciate their other stuff, which I guess was not as mainstream, if you want to say.
Yeah, or else a lot more bluesy. Mm-hmm. So, no, for me, Led Zeppelin 4, they used to say, the old joke was the ultimate make-it album was Led Zeppelin 4, Side 2. It's a great album. It has everything on it. And, of course, having the Black Dog, like, every song is good. You know, which brings me into 1972, Deep Purple Machine Head. One of those freakish albums, every song is great. Of course, everybody knows Smoke on the Water. Highway Star, Space Truckin'. It is a great album.
Does that have My Girl from Tokyo?
No.
My Girl from Tokyo.
It's a great album. Pick it up. You will not be underwhelmed. 1973, they chose Iggy and the Stooges' Raw Power. This is one of Iggy Pop's best albums. Bowie co-produced it. Iggy and Bowie were like bosom buddies. You might know songs like I Need Somebody, Give Me Danger, whatever. Iggy Pop he's more of a presence. I saw him a few times in concert. He's not a singles guy. He didn't win awards, but Iggy Pop helped to change music. He is the proto-punk. He was punk before, I think, Johnny Rott was in diapers. He's a really interesting cat. He always did his own thing, Iggy. For a while, after Jim Morrison died, they were thinking of him as to fill in for the Doors, which would have been a disaster. Iggy said no. What's next up in 74?
74, I'm really surprised that this one was, but here it is in self-titled Kiss.
I
But
know.
did they even reach that forefront that they could just self-title stuff?
No, but I love it that they started out that way. Like, it's just so... Gene Simmons is so arrogant that you want, if somebody wants to Sting, he was born arrogant,
Well, this is the one that has... Okay, I like the song Cold Gin. I really do. That's an Ace Frehley song. That's his song. My good buddy Dave from Hamilton, huge Kiss fan. Holy cow. He even paints his face when he goes to see his clients and spits his tongue out, just for fun.
God.
Yeah, but that's it. If you like this album, you must have had your face painted back in the day, because this is the album.
Yeah, everybody knows it.
I think would have been something better in 74. I think there probably was something a little bit better.
This is what I'm saying. Google it. You're going to find something.
75, Aerosmith, Toys in the Attic. In Quebec, they called it Les Jouets dans le Grenier. Yes. the boys in...
Just to be different.
Just to be different. This is the one that had You See Me Crying. This is the one that had the... oh, my goodness. Sweet Emotion. All right? This is it. Walk This Way.
I mean, it is a really good album. Hey, I think it's their best. That's me.
Yeah, this one here, and if you really want to get technical with Aerosmith, this one here, Pump, Permanent Vacation, Get a Grip, that's it. They could have just stopped at 4.
Yeah, really. as we've said in this podcast, as most bands, you only got so many in you, right? So
this one here, Ian, your guy, 76.
Okay, the Ramones. Saw them a few times live. I only say that because when they came around, they were kind of with disco. It was really weird. You go to a Donna Summers concert, go to a Ramones concert, and after a while, we all got so tired of disco. The Ramones, their strength was the brief little 2.5 minute songs, and this one came out of nowhere. I Want to Be Your Boyfriend, like Blitzkrieg Bop. They were catchy, and they weren't quite punky. I know people think they're kind of slightly pre-punk. They don't have that punk drone and confusion. And I never thought they were an angry band either. I thought they were an ironic band. But get 1976, get the Ramones if you're interested in albums that change music.
Is this their debut album?
Yeah.
Okay, again, self-titled.
I know, really. Knowing them, they probably decided, what do you call it? I don't know, Ramones. They're not those kind of guys. 1977 gives us the Sex Pistols. Never mind the bollocks. Here's the Sex Pistols. Yeah, this is an album. My buddy bought it, and it's unlistenable. That's not the point. The point is that it changed music, like the Ramones. There's... for instance, in film acting, they talk about pre-Brando and post-Brando, Marlon Brando, as affecting acting. In a way, this album changed music too. Like, it was very, very popular, and everybody knows Anarchy in the UK and God Save the Queen and Pretty Vacant. But it just influenced the way music was going, and a lot of bands after that, they tried to seem kind of rebellious, like the Sex Pistols, clips in their nose and torn T-shirts and stuff. And they influenced fashion. Like, there was a lot more to them than this one album. They changed culture. They were the forefront anyway. And that's 1977.
78, this is when we got our new big rock heroes in Van Halen with the master showman himself, David Lee Roth. This album, by far, again... self-titled, Ian. Here we go again.
I know.
Van Halen, okay. And we talked about this. I think we're going to do a show now, self-titled. This has now got me going.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Ain't Talking About Love. They did the You Really Got Me Kinks remake.
Great remake, by the way.
Eruptions, Running with the Devil. This is just, an album that you can't go wrong with it. And 78, yeah. It was 46 years ago, this album hit.
Everybody had this album,
Yeah.
and everybody cranked it. And everybody was going on and on about Eddie Van Halen. So it made Van Halen. It really did. It just laid the groundwork for what came. 79, The Clash, London Calling. Again, one of those seminal albums. It was really, really good. I'm not sure if every song is as strong. They had hits like Train in Vain and Spanish Bombs, Guns of Brixton. And the great cover, you can get it in the poster now. It's one of the best rock covers ever made. It is fantastic. And they used the colors off Elvis Presley's first album. I think kind of green and pink. Or I can't
Yeah, it's green. It's
Yeah.
green and pink. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's when he's smashing the guitar on.
Yeah, everybody knows it, and it defined the era. Everybody knows, if you're into music, London Calling from The Clash. That easy.
Next one, we got 1980s AC/DC, Back in Black. And why not? It's got everything that rock and roll ain't noise pollution. It's got You Shook Me All Night Long, Back in Black,
Yeah,
Hell's Bells.
It's their best album. Let's be honest.
It is. And it makes sense that it's called Back in Black because Highway to Hell was good. And then 1980, Back in Black came out with the new singer. Can't go wrong there.
True.
81, Rush Moving Pictures. I like how Dr. Clarke says, you gotta talk about this one. All right, I'll do it. No problem. This is actually probably Rush's best album.
I think it is too.
And one of our prog rock friends, Stephen Wheeler, would say, well, it is their best album. Because it's got Tom Sawyer and it's got Limelight. What more do you want?
Yeah, really.
Today's Tom Sawyer is a mean guy.
I mean, it could sterilize you. This, in Ligeti Lee's voice. What do we have in 82, The Misfits? Okay, listen, really? This is the best you got for 82?
I could give you other stuff.
I could give you, they were guys who was called horror punk. My notes here is that combining 50s and 60s melodies with punk and metal sound. Okay, 13 songs in 25 minutes, so I'm feeling the Ramones vibe, right? Where you just go and scream into a microphone and black out. So that's 82 with the Misfits.
They were emulating Sinatra, right? Because he was pretty quick at hammering out songs.
That's it. That's the influences, Frank.
83, Def Leppard, Pyromania. Obviously, what did they say here? This one here is basically 7 singles off the 10-track album.
That's pretty good.
Photograph, Foolin', Rock of Ages, and Too Late for Love. I believe this was actually produced by Mutt Lange.
Oh, really? That early he's around. Okay.
If not this one, then Hysteria. I know he was on Hysteria, but I'm wondering if he was on this one. Or maybe he wasn't. No, he was on the second one. He helped them. Influential
guy. He had the touch.
He did. Next one, we got 1984's Van Halen. 1984. How convenient it ended. This is the one that's got House of Pain. This one's the one that's got Panama.
Is that the one with the angel in the front?
Yes, sir. Smoking a pack of darts.
Yeah.
You got obviously Jump, Hot for Teacher. Listen, I always juggle back and forth whether I like the first album of Van Halen or I like this one. If I put either one, it doesn't matter. I'm still banging my head on the table because I love it.
85, Rites of Spring. This is a punk band from Washington, D.C. You know, okay, we led off by saying we're talking about heavy rock. I'm not sure. I think we're into punk here in a big time. I know we went through Sex Pistols. This is heavy rock.
No Judas Priest on this list, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Mm-hmm. So on 85, this is the best they could do for heavy rock. Okay, it was Rites of Spring. I'm not sure. I mean, it features a Future Fugazi member. Maybe it's one of those cross promo things where lots of guys were involved in it. Anyway, that was their 1985 choice, Rites of Spring. 86 is a little easier.
Yeah, Bon Jovi, Slippery When Wet. He was cute as a bug then. And
he sure was.
He still is, apparently.
He really is.
So this is the one that had, You Give Love a Bad Name, Living on a Prayer, Wanted, Dead or Alive.
Yeah, I mean, everybody knew this.
87, good year for Guns N' Roses.
You love this album.
I love Appetite for Destruction, but actually I prefer JNR Lies, the follow-up. It's just so different, but I'm not going to knock this one because it's the one that has Welcome to the Jungle. It has My Michelle. It has Sweet Child of Mine. You just can't go wrong.
No.
1988, hey, you can't go wrong with Perry Farrell and Dave Navarro for Jane's Addiction.
Flea.
I'm not gonna say much about it just because those two guys alone just covered all. Look, it's got the Mountain Song on it, right? So it's a good album. 1989, Nin. As like the true 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah.
Don't know much about this album, but I know the big hit on there is Head Like a Hole and Pretty Hate Machine. It's a decent album. I prefer the Spiral Downwards Turn. I can't even pronounce it, but the one that's got something like an animal. I won't go too far. 1990, Ian.
Fugazi, the album Repeater. This is a punk I think it's a punk band. It's from they're from Washington D.C. I think it violates what heavy rock is. Like we've got, other words, this band and Led Zeppelin in the same list. I don't know, but that's what they chose for 1990 is Fugazi and Repeater.
1991, it's a no-brainer.
No-brainer.
Everyone chooses Nirvana's Nevermind. I think I have this album like 6 times on cassette, CDs, vinyls. Have it all. This is the grunge anthem album in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
It's got Lithium. It's got Polly Wants a Cracker, Come As You Are. It's got On a Plane. It's got Something in the Way
She Moves.
and It Smells Like Teen Spirit. You can't go wrong. 1992, Alice in Chains, Dirt. You remember Lane Staley, ladies and germs. This is the guy. It has the best song on there, Wood. And it also has the song Angry Chair. Them Bones. You can't go wrong with this album. It's a good album. I like it. I have it on vinyl. It's nice, it's crisp, it's clear. It's kind of funny when someone's like eating dirt or drowning in dirt. It's a weird cover. So,
well, 93 of Pearl Jam Versus. I mean, the copy that's written for this list sounds like their publicist. After the breakout success of 10, Pearl Jam sought to slow down the hype machine and unified in the desire to make it all about the music. Okay, I guess. 5 Against 1 was the rallying cry. Is their second album delivered such aggressive rockers as Go, Animal, Rearview Mirror keeping a solid balance? There was also on and on and on. Yeah, okay. It was a popular album. A lot of guys had it, and it takes us into 1994. Dookie.
Yes, Green Day 30th Anniversary Edition came out. It's a nice pastel blue color. I bought it on vinyl. And this is actually after their rise of 1991's Kerplunk. They made a jump into a little bit more of a major label this time around, and this is the one that has Basket Case, Welcome to Paradise, Wanna Come Around, Longview, She. So this album, honestly, what I like about this album, Ian, when you bought the vinyl, it's literally one vinyl, no gatefold.
No, really, yeah.
Just a straight vinyl, front, back cover, done.
Because we can, yeah.
Yeah, because we can.
Yeah,
and that's the way it should be. Stop gatefolding. Stop doing double vinyls. It's heavy.
I know. Good point. 95, you have what? Oh, your buddies.
Oh, yes. The Don Henley of grunge would be Billy Corgan, in my opinion.
This guy made it up. You heard it here. It's not bad.
It is. It's true. Basically, Billy Corgan is the Don Henley when it comes to music because he is a perfectionist.
Slightly less hair, but there you go.
Listen, Melancholy and Infinite Sadness is a very good album. I did buy the special anniversary edition. It's literally about as thick as a Britannica's encyclopedia.
Yeah.
So it's got the song Tonight, Beloved Butterfly Wings in 1979, where he's in the back of a 76 Chevelle or something, and he's like, this is when he shaved his head. This is when he literally
and started wearing the Munster outfits and everything. Yeah.
But, give Billy Corgan credit. He's a fantastic writer and a great performer.
He is. 96, Rage Against the Machine, Evil Empire. I think this was their second album, if I'm right. I don't personally know this album.
Well, Bulls on Parade is their big hit.
That's their... Okay.
Yeah.
I know the first album for some reason more than this. Maybe
well, yeah, because he swears in it.
You got attention.
Killing in the name of.
Yeah, you got attention. This one, I don't know as much. Takes us to 97, and your buddies.
The Color and the Shape, in an odd twist of fate. This is actually the first Taylor Hawkins album. He came on this one here in 1997. This has got the song Everlong, Monkey Wrench, My Hero, Hey Johnny Park. Listen, Foo Fighters could do no wrong. I love them, but after Taylor, I'm good. I'm okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm good.
You're good.
Next one, Korn. In French, it's Maïs. Okay. Follow the leader.
Let me hop in here. These guys are NU, new metal, is a subgenre of alternative metal that combines elements of heavy metal music with elements of other music genres such as hip-hop, alt-rock, funk, industrial, and grunge. That's Korn. Beautiful.
Next one, 1999, my band. One of my favorite drummers right now is Chad Smith. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Californication. Listen to the words of Californication. It relates everything to what has happened from 2020 to today. Who would have thought he predicted?
Unbelievable.
But this is a song. It's got also the other side on it. This is a 6-time platinum album. Next one, Linkin Park into 2000. All right, so we're getting now. We hit the Y2K. It's done. Y2K or Y2J? No, Y2K.
Y2K.
Y2K. Listen, Hybrid Theory. It's basically Linkin Park's vocal of rap rock vibe. It was embraced by fans. Chester Bennington started it all with the song One Step Closer, Crawling, Can't Go Wrong. Next, 2001, Ian.
Incubus, Morning View, band from California, formed in 1991. So I had no idea they've been around that long. Decamping to Malibu. I like these guys that recorded in Malibu. They found inspiration in the surroundings. Well, who wouldn't? 2002 gives us Queens of the Stone Age, Songs for the Deaf, popular album. Yeah. I guess this was their third release. I'm not sure. I'm just trying to remember what year they were formed. Anyway, the group got an extra boost to the attention of Dave Grohl, agreed to drum on efforts. This is what I was talking about earlier. There's a lot of cross-pollination on some of this stuff. You didn't really get that much in the 60s and 70s. I'm not sure why that is, but I think it's really cool.
Because they were trying to fight and struggle to eat.
Yeah, really. But I think it's kind of neat, these guest shots. 2003, AFI, Sing the Sorrow. Band was formed in California in 1991. On this list is an overnight success, so I guess not. It was their sixth album. It's interesting these guys sold enough, etc., to keep going and get more album deals, right? It just shows you what longevity does. And that's from 2003. I really wonder if that's the standard album of heavy rock in 2003. I might Google that later. And that takes us into 2004.
Green Day's American Idiot, which obviously became a Broadway play.
Yep.
With the songs of Boulevard Broken Dreams, Holiday, Wake Me Up When September Ends, Jesus of Suburbia. Listen, this is, look, Ian, 7 Grammy nominations.
There you go. It must be good.
Must be good. 05, is this the best they could find, Ian?
This is the best they could find with Disturbed, 10,000 Fists. Yeah, David Draymond. They say the third album is often where bands come into their own. I've never heard that. And that could be said of Disturbed with their excellent 2005 album. The band's first album with bassist John Moyer was filled with attitude, power, and more than a few anthemic demos. Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard that before. Usually the second album is the make or break.
Well, they did a cover of Genesis' Land of Confusion.
Yeah.
So
anyway, he's known for his deep, powerful voice, David. So there you go.
2006, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Stadium Arcadia. This is the one that's got Snow, Hey Ho, and Danny California. Listen, this is Chili Peppers. In my view, this is. They started getting better as they got later, I found.
That's rare. Good for them.
And it's rare because they've improved each and every time. Next, we got here Linkin Park, Minutes to Midnight. Heck, you better listen to it before Of a Shadow of a New Day. That is the song, or leave out all the rest. These are the ones that, they're anthemic, as they call it. No More Sorrow. That's the Mike Shinonda led, which is his song.
Oh, Rick Rubin produced it. I didn't know that.
See, another guy that's golden.
Yeah,
Rick
really.
Rubin.
Yeah, it's true.
Shinedown. You said they're from Florida, Ian.
Yeah, they're from Florida, 2001, Shinedown. This is a 2008, by the way.
The Sound of Madness. It's actually their best album. It's the one that's got Second Chance on it. So I really like this album. I saw them live, actually. You know what? They are pretty good. And this is the one that has the 2 songs, which is Second Chance and If You Only Knew. Those are the best songs on that album. 2009, we got Alice in Chains. What would Alice in Chains sound like without the late Lane Staley? Well, I don't know, and I don't care.
Good answer. 2010, Deftones with Diamond Eyes.
Diamond
Eyes. Isn't that a Seals and Crofts song? Or so, anyway.
Yes, it is.
There you go. Diamond Girl. Yeah. After a down period in their career, Diamond Eyes proved to be a transitional album in many ways for the Deftones. Okay, I'll leave it at that. It's a transitional album. It was 2011. I've heard of these guys.
Foo Fighters, Wasting Light. A lot of people didn't know what to expect from this album, but I knew it was going to be good because it has the song Learning to Walk Again. And these days, listen, my spouse got me into this album, and I thank her for it because it is probably in the top 3 Foo Fighter albums, I'd have to say, in my opinion. I really like this album.
Well, 2012's Deftones again, Koi no Yokun, which translates as "Be sure to file your tax return." No. After the career uptick of Diamond Eyes, Deftones kept the momentum going with an excellent follow-up. These guys they should just write promo copy for these guys. There's no critique at all. But I guess that's why it's the heavy rock of 2012. 2013, Queens of the Stone Age, Like Clockwork, well-known album. They ended a 6-year drought. Wow, well, that's not that bad. Some bands go for like 10 years without. But 6 years, okay. Big album for them. Takes me into 2014 with who?
Chevelle La Gargola on their 7th studio album. Jesus. They really homed in on what worked for them while also experimenting with some new sounds as well. The La Gargola album was a more muscular and at times sinister sounding release, led by the unease of standout singles of Take Out the Gunman and Hunter Eats Hunter.
Well, how does that compare with 2015? Hailstorm, Into the Wildlife. Lead singer, of course, is Lizzie Hale, and they're from wondrous Pennsylvania.
2016?
That was 2015.
All right.
Yeah, and it was a big album for them, apparently. Hailstorm, I'm not going to go through all the illustrious hits because we're really racing out toward 2016.
Yes, highly suspect. So most of the people heard about The Boy Who Cried Wolf. Well, this is The Boy Who Died Wolf.
That's clever.
And it's a sophomore slump, not even close. So...
What about the third album thing? Anyway, they're from Cape Cod, which I think no one's from Cape Cod, no band. So there you go.
2017, Ian, what's so sour about it?
Stone Sour Hydrograd from Iowa, a band formed in 1992. This is pretty incredible. Like, these guys hang in. They're from 1992, and they get this great album, according to these fellas, in 2017. So just on the longevity alone, listeners to this podcast know I'm big on longevity, except where the Rolling Stones are included. But it's pretty incredible. That's from 2017. 2018, oh, you know this guy.
Of course. Everyone knows Miles Kennedy, and he's also Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators. He's a good friend of Slash, filled in for a couple of JNR songs when Axl wasn't around, or I guess whenever Axl and Slash were not talking, he figured, I got someone that could sing. It's a concept album that centers on Kennedy's father's death and his family's aftermath after coming to terms that his Christian Science beliefs ultimately led to his passing. I think it's more of a spiritual album in the fact we have songs like Blind Faith, One Fine Day, Ghosts of Shangri-La. So I guess this is actually an album that meant a lot to him, obviously being inspired by, the passing of his father.
Yeah.
And I guess it's more sentimental and good on him. Was it the best album 2018? I don't know. Hard to say.
Hard to say.
Yeah.
Which brings us to 2019.
Oh, Ian, just bring me to the horizon with Ammo.
Ammo, a British band formed in 2004. Neither of us are that familiar with this band, so we'll go to 2020 with the bloody Deftones. These guys, I don't know who wrote this, but he's obviously a huge Deftones fan.
They almost every year that's an album of theirs, they're in it.
I know. For Deftones, so this is called Ohms. This is Deftones from Sacramento. Again, not a lot of bands from Sacramento, big bands like this. I'm just going to go 2021 with Turnstile, Glow On, which is kind of an interesting title. They're from Baltimore. They formed back in 2010. So, again, over 10 years they were going, and they kind of hit pay dirt. These guys called them the poster rock band for delivering the goods in a way that pleases most longtime fans. Okay, I guess so. And it takes us 2022. Bad Omen, The Death of Peace of Mind. Well, that's kind of awkward, isn't it? These are a metalcore band. Metalcore from Richmond, Virginia. Okay, formed in 2015. It's not like Bad Omens hadn't already been rising through the ranks as a new age metalcore innovator. But this is a year not even the band had anticipated. I bet you, with The Death of Peace of Mind.
Well, that's like a post-COVID title.
Yeah, that's like a punch in the chest.
And then 2023, because we're in 2024, so we don't know what the best album will be in 2024, but 2023, Seven Dust, Truth Killer. 2023 Rock Album of the Year was one of our most difficult choices, they say.
Oh, okay.
While it would have been easy to reward the emotional heft of Foo Fighters, but here we are, which I would have chosen, they decided to go with these guys. Now, I've heard of Seven Dust, but when you have Foo Fighters in the same category, same year,
I know.
Kennedy is going to put the Foo Fighters album. Why? Like Ian said, it's our show. We can.
We can, and we will. It's Seven Dust Truth Killer. I don't know. I have a little issue with lists. I'm okay with it. This is an interesting list because I simply don't agree with it, and I don't have to, and they don't have to agree with me. They have some interesting stuff. The Zeppelin, yeah, the punk stuff. Punk is not, by the way, in quote, hard rock. You can't even make that argument, in my opinion. It's punk. So, and grunge is grunge. And if you listen to this podcast, we certainly explain that, don't we?
We do. And Ian, name me a list that you actually even enjoyed.
I will enjoy stuff because I can talk about the Beatles' top 20 songs, their top 20 Rolling Stone albums, because you can have fun with them. But when you go, the best heavy metal album, whatever, from 1992. Really? And then you do a little research, which is so easy now, you realize, nah, that's not even right. You know, and this guy loves the Deftones. They can't have, like, there's two or three in the top.
He's got Deftones in there quite a few times, Queens of the Stone Age a few times.
Like, okay, otherwise he likes them, that's fine, buddy. But other stuff going on.
No Judas Priest.
Yeah, really good.
No Black Sabbath.
Yeah, good point. Where's that?
No Ozzy.
So,
no Iron Maiden.
No, so yeah, it's not
Metallica.
It's not complete. That's why
Megadeth.
I find lists like awards just goofy things. I'm glad you stuck with it. We all learned something. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that.
I'm going to leave it at that. I'm kind of disappointed. Like I said, no Megadeth, no Metallica.
Yeah, I mean, it's glaring. There's glaring. So when we worked off it, we had a riff on it, and it was fun. So
no Motley Crue. I could go on. All right.
Really.
I'm Ferris Kennedy signing off.
Dr. Ian Clarke saying au revoir. Thanks for being with us, and we'll see you soon.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, hello.